빵,
Muta, that is
He's an
ordinary
Indian
gamers.
YouTuber, isn't he?
Yeah. He confronted him on someone else's show, so there's this huge drama about how he said that my girlfriend is 18 and she's not, so he lied. And it's just very stupid and gay. And he protected his tweets apparently.
What a bit of hearsay. Oh, my girlfriend is 16.
She's
18?
18. No,
18?
she's not. She's
She's
20. It's like,
14.
okay, well, you're 50. Like,
Boogie's girlfriend
big
is 11.
difference. Yeah. You did watch the documentary, right? We
We did
talked
an
about it last
episode
time.
on it, wink,
Yeah, yeah,
wink.
yeah.
And the
Yeah.
director of that documentary decided to say, hey guys, thanks for reacting.
Should we have him on?
Maybe, I don't know. Well, why not?
I
Why,
mean,
why so?
I don't know, because I'm sure, I don't know. His channel will probably get big and we can get
Well,
something out of that.
I'll tell you what, between the time he commented when I was first alerted about it and then the period where I went back to it, his channel had gained something like 16,000 subscribers. So
Mm.
he is growing quickly.
Yeah. What's the documentary called? Boogie
The
Fat.
sad, dark fat fuck.
The triple belly existence of Boogie. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me see his channel. He's got currently 99,000 subscribers.
Boogie does or the director?
No, the director, Mike Clone.
Ooh, fuck. All right. Well, the director
Yeah,
was at like 45,000 subscribers last I checked.
yeah,
So
99.9. So he's about to break 100,000. Is that what we need to do? We go
clickbait.
to we'll go to Wings of Redemption and do a documentary on him, or
That's played out.
who's another sad fat person on the internet that we can exploit to get followers?
Um,
I would
God,
say me, but that was like 2 years
I
ago.
don't think we're at the point of fame where we can do
Oh
that.
right,
About
oh right, forgot it has to be like a famous lolcow. Sorry, right.
yes,
I haven't
unfortunately
gotten to that
so.
point yet. Yeah.
All right, Luke is in the waiting room here. Did you look up
Right.
anything for Big Brother?
No.
Okay.
I looked it up right before we started recording that he accused someone of like accusing him to HR or whatever, and that's why he got kicked. But
Wait,
I don't
what?
much.
You think so?
Well, there's a news article saying that Luke accused Cody of telling HR about his
Who
N-word
the
thing.
fuck is Cody?
I don't know.
Do you,
You
are you
watch it,
mean
I don't watch
Corey?
it. Is it Corey?
I don't know. I don't know.
It
Let's throw him in.
says
We got to hop on with
uh,
Mumkey in 40 minutes, so
oh shit, okay.
we're probably pressing that show out at this rate. We'll find
Yeah.
out.
I still have like 5 minutes of that movie to watch.
God damn. That
Uh,
was trouble. That was
That was
a real
painful.
hard time.
Yeah.
What's happening, Luke? How you doing?
What's going on?
Hey,
How
hey.
are you, Lores? Long time no speak. How
I
you been?
know. I've been good. How about you?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Can't
Yeah,
complain. Relax,
good.
dog. My dog's going crazy.
Oh, you brought a guest with you.
I brought my little guest. You see it in the corner right
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Oh, he's a cutie. You need to fuck off. You need to fuck off. Thank you very much. How's it going, man? What's going on?
It's going decent. We're currently planning for another show. We're supposed to do a Mumkey later tonight, where
Oh, nice.
he's making us watch a Super Mario Brothers fan film,
Ugh.
Okay. A fan film.
a fan film.
Interesting. I thought you were going to say the one from the 90s. That
No,
movie.
that
I
would be
wish.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
I
actually
fucking
be a
love
treat.
that movie, man.
Especially
I
compared
hated
so
it as a kid. When I was a little kid, I thought, I was like, what the hell is this? Why does Bowser look like that, you know? But now, I'm like, I don't know. It's got something to it. It's got that je ne sais quoi or something.
Yeah,
From
that's a
Brooklyn.
good way to put it. I think that might be the first time anyone has described that movie having that, but
Yeah,
it's accurate.
absolutely. It's cultured. It's a cultured film, you know? You had to be there when it came out.
well, this is based on a terrible like web series, right? I think this was after like the third season, after like 100 episodes of just a Mexican
Dude,
Mario and his
well, it was
friends.
back in the day of YouTube when if you were uploading a movie, it was in 12 parts, it was in 14 parts, it was something along those lines. So I don't know if it was intended as a series and then they put it out as a movie afterward or what, but I saw it. Yeah, okay. There are 12 installments of this fucking thing, and it's
What
a
is it, like
two
a
and a half
flash,
hour.
flash animation or something?
No, no, it's people dressed up. There's musical numbers. They're singing. They're dancing. I couldn't believe it.
Interesting. Ooh.
Horrendous. It's bad. It's
Hans,
like
you ever?
early YouTube cringe. It's really
The
bad.
best stuff. The best stuff. Oh.
It's the early days of YouTube. Hans, pull up a picture real quick of this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's see it. I want to see
Two
the
hours.
cosplay.
It's 2 hours and 17 minutes. I think it came out to. I put it on my television last night and just kind of passively was watching it from the corner while I was working, but. This thing. No, it's too much. Luke, I was going to ask you, did you ever see that Super Mario Brothers from '93? There's a work print out that features a bunch of deleted scenes and just schematics that they had on set of creatures and all these different sets. It's very interesting. It adds like another 20 minutes to the movie.
I think I saw the Yoshi, the concept art for Yoshi. He was horrific, right?
Mm.
Because the Goombas were like literally like bouncer guys with tiny dinosaur heads. It's friggin' horrific. That probably gave me nightmares as a kid. I saw it on television and I was like, this isn't right. You know, I got all excited and I'm watching it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, hey, John Leguizamo plays Luigi. Oh, wonderful.
They do give, I think they do give Yoshi a cameo in the movie, and it's just like a little raptor thing.
Yeah, it's been years since I've seen it, but I'll have to pull it up and put it on while I'm working someday.
Yeah, it's definitely a treat to go back to. Hans, how is the modern Mario Brothers looking?
I didn't watch it. I didn't. I'm too old for that shit. I tried watching it on the plane, and basically what happened is I was like, I can't sit through this. I'm too old. I need a kid if I'm going to endure this. Oh, not Solid Snake in there too.
Yeah, there's plenty of cameos. I think who else was in here?
No,
Hans?
it's pretty good resolution for early YouTube.
Yeah, this was what, 2012 when it first came out? It says 7 years here, but that's when they started allowing uploads this long.
I thought you were going to say it was like 2005 or 6.
It might go back that far.
They got Waluigi in the mix. He's got a bucket hat on.
What's great is we're not going to be able to monetize this episode now because they definitely did not get Earth, Wind, and Fire sound off on there.
You guys are going to endure what? How many hours of that?
Well, Hans, how deep did you get into it?
That was bad. That was pretty brutal. Good to meet you, Hans.
Hi. Hello. Yeah, I still have like 15 minutes to go that I'm not gonna finish because I don't want to. Like, I don't care.
But
It's
how
just-
long have you been through it, though? How long have you put yourself through it already?
It's 2 hours and 3 minutes is what
How-
I got
How
to.
much longer could that be then? You already been through, what is that, 123 minutes? You've already been through,
Yeah.
out the 15
The worst of it is over,
like a
Hans.
badge of honor.
Yeah, there's lightsaber fights and a lot of dancing and ugly princesses and just like shitty apartments from like what, Nebraska or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
that's
that
what
was the best thing about YouTube from 10, 15 years ago is everybody just got their friends together and it's like, you're an actor and you're an actor and girl I have a crush on, you're my love interest in this. So
Yeah.
I
that's
bet they got an IMDb page now.
what's that?
I bet they got an IMDb page now.
Oh
that.
yeah, of
Oh,
course it did. Rick Alvarez.
Well, he ended up marrying the girl that plays Daisy. So what you were saying is, yeah,
Okay.
100%
Right,
right.
there's a happy ending to it. All
Well,
right.
they apparently they got divorced in 2021. So
Oh
fuck.
wow,
yeah,
that's
so,
not good. Well,
yeah.
Luke, I know your tolerance for bad shit is pretty high. You were recommending what, the Langoliers to me over
Oh
DM.
fuck, dude! I looked up the. That's so funny you mentioned that because I literally pulled up the clip today, where where he's hallucinating on the tarmac and he's just like, I didn't make money, I lost money. It's like honestly Oscar-worthy performance. He's flipping out. He's grabbing the woman by the collar and he's screaming in her face. Did you see that? Do you know what scene I'm talking
I know
about?
exactly what you're talking about. That's Bronson Pinchot from Perfect Strangers. There's him trying to do like a dramatic role for the first time in his career.
Oh my
And
God.
he goes over the top. Hans, if you want to pull that up real quick. Hans, did you ever see the Langoliers?
no, I just
Dude, it's a
is
classic.
it
might
a
have to
movie or
watch
is it
it.
a series? 'Cause
It's one of those movies of the week that ABC did back in the mid-90s with Stephen King.
Was it ABC? It's a Stephen King movie.
because
So that's all you always need to know.
I just found it on YouTube and it says 2 hours 57 minutes.
Oh,
Okay,
it's,
well,
it's an
yeah,
epic.
it was probably
Oh.
broken up over 3 nights or 2 nights.
I'll say this about it. It does have what it lacks in everything, it does make up for an atmosphere. It's got some seriously good atmosphere. It's this, they're in this empty world. They're in this airport, and it has a very liminal space kind of feel to it. And then all of a sudden, these bad CGI, they look like testicles with like tinfoil teeth come out. It's like early, what is it, 90s, early 90s?
Yeah, they remind me of those Mario bad guys. The ball that's attached to the chain in Mario
Yeah,
64.
like
It has that look to it.
hell yeah. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's just a wonderful piece of history, I guess. This is
History. Yeah, that's a good way
yeah,
to put it.
it is kind of like a, because I don't think they make movies. I mean, the movies they make that are like that now are like Sharknado, where they're self-aware.
Mhm.
It's just like, I don't know. There's something lacking there. There's the guy. He goes crazy. He's a legend.
There he is.
This scene is so good where Stephen King is a cameo. He makes a cameo appearance.
Oh, right. He's
And
one of like his dad's business partners or something.
Yeah, he's screaming at Stephen King about losing the money, and he's crawling on the table. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. The whole movie, I love this kind of shit. By the way, this isn't even cringe to me. This is like, yo, this is, if I was ever gonna be in a movie, I'd want to be in like this kind of
Well, you had also recommended, what was it, like the Iliad or something, and it was the
Dude,
made-for-TV
The Odyssey.
version specifically. All right,
Yo,
the Odyssey.
The Odyssey, that is like 3 hours long, and it's a
Wait.
made-for-TV. Dude, it's like Hallmark Television.
I
So
think
it's like,
that is that the one that's based on him going to like Dante's story, right?
no, not Atlanta. It's Homer's Odyssey. So it's like the
Um,
Greek like epic, and it follows Odysseus trying to get back to Ithaca, his homeland, after the Trojan War. And it's like they use everything from like really nice puppets, like scary shit, to like, you know how like Adult Swim. You ever seen like Eric Andre? He has the like prosthetic face, and he basically has like one eye. He does like some bit where he has like a prosthetic. They do it in like they did an MDE where they get like a prosthetic top of the head and they have fake eyeballs.
Yeah.
They did that for the Cyclops, and it messed me up as a little kid. I was like 4 years old and I saw this with my dad. We were watching this and I was like, oh, you watch it now, it's still creepy. Like it has elements, but it's also corny as fuck.
Is it
But
this?
it is genuinely the best thing ever filmed. I will die on that hill. It is the best thing ever put to film. I will legit die on that hill. It's so fucking good. There's
Is it this one with Armando Asante?
Armando Asante, the original
Armando-
Gotti.
Yeah, he's talking to Athena there. Oh my god, he's just like schizophrenic throughout the whole movie. No, but it's just maybe it's just the story. I love the Odyssey. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Is that
Look at this,
Isabella
look at this
Rossellini?
CGI.
That looks-
That
looks
keeps going around. Yo, way to get the worst scene in the movie. He's like, yo, eat that. Oh, he makes like weird sexual innuendos. That's Hermes?
Wow.
Oh, it's so good. Get out of here. Find a new scene for God. Look at how homoerotic that shit is. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, how did they do that? That's incredible.
How did they
Man.
do that?
People were watching like Everybody Loves Raymond and then tuning into this and were wowed. They couldn't believe their eyes.
Holy shit! Is that a? Oh, there it is.
There you go.
There it is.
Damn, he's looking real wet. He's looking moist as fuck. Look at his skin
boozing him up so
texture.
he can stab him in the eyeball. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert if you really want to watch this, but it's worth it. I'm telling you, I put this on while I work at my desk, and my day is like made better.
Did you believe this comment up here that says one of the most inspirational movies for me? Just a man who wanted to come home to his wife and son in his world.
I didn't leave that, but I would leave that. Give it an up. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up for me. It's
Oh,
so
man.
good. Oh,
I really
love
do miss the made-for-TV genre because you're right. If they do lean into something like this, it's to embrace the corniness of it, or they're in
It's
on the
not.
joke, and it removes
Yeah.
any sort of impact of the movie. And also, made-for-TV movies now are anything on Netflix. Like I just watched David
Yeah.
Fincher's The Killer with Michael Fassbender. Is that technically a made-for-TV movie now? Kind of. It kind of is.
Yeah.
You'll never see that type. Like this is a whole genre from 1970 or so up until about 2005 of a genre of film that is just not going to exist in the future.
Yeah. It's AI upscaled and everything. I freaking love it. It's the best. So
Well,
good.
that's why it's better than whenever they try to remake something now, right? Because now they try to ground it into reality and put like modern sensibilities in it instead of going all out with the crazy, which is why all those old movies like that are much more enjoyable than whatever they do now.
Right. I think there's a fear. There's a fear definitely in place with a lot of movies and people who make film in embracing the artifice and leaning into the veneer of it because they do want
Mm.
they're so concerned with the immersion of it that they forget it's a piece of art. It's a piece of entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah, like what I was basically, it doesn't have the modern cynicism that a lot of stuff has. Like nothing is like coming from the heart these days. They've always got to make a quip, a joke, like some meta
Mhm.
bullshit, and it's just like I don't know. But then again, I don't watch modern stuff. I can't remember the last time I watched a movie that was made within the last like couple of years, unless it's like horror. The horror genre is kind of good now, but most other stuff, I'm watching stuff that's like 20 years old at least.
What do you
It's
like as far as horror? Modern horror.
What was the one with the deformed girl who get her, spoiler alert, if you actually if you know what movie I'm talking about, her head comes off, and that's kind of like a pivotal scene in the movie.
Oh, what's the creepy Jewish redhead guy?
Dennis Miller.
No, fuck. What's the little creepy
Little
Jewish
Bill.
redhead? I
What?
can't think of a fucking movie with
I don't know who directed it, but
the ugly woman from Invisible Man. What's her
Elizabeth
name?
Moss.
Yes. Hereditary?
Hereditary, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Nailed it. I knew you had it. Yeah, that movie. I like that movie. I don't really watch movies for like story or anything. I just look for something new. Like I just want something that'll like be like, oh, like what was that one movie where John Goodman was in it? They're in a bunker, and you think he's a nut job the whole time, and he's keeping this girl in there. He's like, "Don't go outside. The world's ending."
Oh, that was the
Man.
third
Lane?
season of Roseanne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, the
No, it
final
was
season.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
I love that movie because of what they did in the end. I won't spoil it, but what they did in the end, I was watching it with a buddy who's like very his taste in movies, like his favorite movie is Forrest Gump, right? So that's the kind of person we're dealing with here.
God.
He hated the ending. I said, "Yo, that made it. That made the movie because nobody's tried anything that batshit, and that's all I want. I just want people to be as crazy as they can be. You know, that's all I want. You know, but everything's got to be. I don't know. I've just signed off from modern cinema for the most part.
I think that's probably a better way to go. But there are some like decent movies that are like that this year. So I mean, you mentioned Hereditary. I would recommend Beau is Afraid if you haven't seen that movie. That came out back in March. It's from the same director, and that one might be too insane. That one might be a little too
Real.
wacky. Yeah, that one
Yeah,
is.
because
It's also
sometimes
3 hours long.
oh, this looks horrific. Ooh, I might check this out. Oh, I hope
It's
it
like
spoils stuff.
multiple Joaquins, and you don't really know if what's happening is actually happening. Yeah.
I thought I recognized the guy.
That's a pretty good one too. Have you watched any TV? You know what I just started watching? I just started watching The Golden Bachelor, and holy shit, what a sad
that?
show! That's when they have it's The Bachelor, but it's a 72-year-old man, and every woman is 60 to 84 years old.
Ugh.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say they were gold diggers. That would be interesting.
That would be a hell of a lot better, but no.
that
That's
kind of. I'm gonna be honest with you. It kind of grosses me out. I'm thinking like elderly
Yeah.
people like
Yeah.
getting PDA, and I'm like, you know,
Dude, there's a lot of loose skin, and there's a lot of hooking up on that show too.
Ugh.
I bet.
Yeah.
Dude, that's retirement homes. That's apparently all they do in retirement homes. They're friggin' swingers. For God's sake. Okay.
They
Okay.
just
Anyways.
they just share STDs with each
Yeah,
other.
no, that's the thing. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes me think of an episode of ER I watched where it was like it was an elderly couple, and the woman in the elderly couple got tested for something, and the doctor was like, "You have AIDS," and she's like an 80-year-old woman,
Yeah.
and it was
And
this
this is on
big.
ER. When
This
did
is
it air?
ER. Yeah, this was like George Clooney era of ER. They're like, "I'm sorry, you have
so
AIDS."
ages ago, where it was abnormal, now you hear about it. You probably know somebody who had that happen to them.
Right, right. And it turned out, of course, you know, they were hiding like, oh, the husband was gay and gave her AIDS, but she didn't know that. So it was like a big dynamic plot twist. It was very engaging. You couldn't get away with that on TV these days.
No, and I'm just picturing how they went about it too. Damn, I need to watch older TV. If ER's good, I might check out
Oh,
ER.
dude, I love ER. You know, I got in about 8 or 9 seasons before I had to take a break. There are some really classic episodes, and it reminds you like everything that's a social standard of today for like what you can't have on TV or what you can't have in movies is like bullshit 15 years ago. Like 20 years, it was not that far back where things were just like, let's play it for whatever's going to be most entertaining or most interesting.
What channel was that
yeah,
too? Like
that was
ABC?
NBC.
Yeah, so you could get away with a lot on
But
NBC. That you,
it was 10 o'clock at night, so they could play it a little more daring, of course. Only parents were up at that hour.
any like titties or anything or no
No, but
nudity,
they would do that too on NBC. I remember it was a big event where on NYPD Blue, Dennis Franz. I don't know if you guys know the actor Dennis Franz. Hans, please pull up Dennis Franz because the photo here will really make it. They had to give like a parental warning at the start of the episode, and they started like issuing it out a week in advance. They were like, Dennis Franz is going to show his ass on NYPD Blue this week.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was like national news.
It was. Yep. Yep.
Holy smokes, that's hilarious.
Now, Hans, you really, and this is for like the patreon.com/lowres people who get the video of this. Let's take a look at Dennis Franz here, because our audience is probably like 20 years old. They don't know who Dennis Franz is. Yeah, there you go. There's Dennis Franz.
There it is. And there's
that. Wow. I think this is the first male nudity we've had on a podcast of ours, Hans.
Yep.
And couldn't imagine a more fitting
It's
inductee.
also, why is that necessary? Like, you don't really need to show
It was
that.
art.
Just why not?
It was primetime art.
That's what, yeah.
You think that was like a marketing ploy? Like they're like, oh, we're about to drop ass in here.
To drop ass.
Right,
It had to have
article
been.
about
I mean, NYPD Blue is probably a cut above in terms of those types of shows, and I'm sure like the writing is way better than Grey's Anatomy or whatever the hell is on. But why else do that? Like nobody's really making like an interesting artistic decision in prime time, so of course it had to have been that. And maybe he was the one who volunteered to do it.
I'll show my ass. All right, who's gonna do it? We need this. And he just raised his hand. And he was the first one to go. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I'd say the worst thing I think I remember seeing on like actual television, like cable television, when I was younger, was a house, and a guy was trying to take a leak. And the blonde doctor, I think it's been like 20 years since I've seen this. The blonde doctor is like trying to help him, and his testicle literally explodes in his face. You don't see anything. It's implied, a burst of blood. And that's
what is the diagnosis for that? What is it that causes
I think
that?
It was a dream sequence. The whole thing was made up. I think that was the end of the episode. I should probably go back and watch it because it's haunted me clearly to this day. The idea of that.
So the showrunner was clearly bored that week and was like, here's what we need on House. We need the exploding testicle gag. Now's season 6, episode 4. This is when we introduce the exploding
really
testicle.
Shocking stuff in that show all the time. I remember because he was like a drug addict or something, right? I still remember, and I never watched the show, but anytime like I walked in on my parents watching it, I remember there was a scene where he's pulling out a catheter. And he's pulling a catheter out of his pecker, and it's just that's pretty shocking for television. I don't know. Yeah, maybe they try stuff like that on Netflix. They try stuff like that on modern movies, but it always like I don't know. Whenever I see stuff where they're purposefully being outrageous in the gross out or the gore department, I'm just kind of like repulsed nowadays. Like I maybe it's because I'm getting older. I'm just like somebody greenlit this. Like this is nasty. I just don't. There's little things here and there that I'm just like, I'm too old for this shit. I don't know what it is.
It's so spread out though these days compared to before. Like we had done a couple of episodes on The Exorcist and the new Exorcist movie that just came out, and one of the big things with the '73 Exorcist that made it, such a landmark film is that it was repulsive. There's really disturbing stuff in there.
Soup vomit.
Yes, there's tons of stuff like the blood coming out of everything, masturbating with a cross. But if you do that now, you get like a smattering of that on every platform in different
Hmm.
horror things or just adult programs. So it doesn't have the same impact it used to have where it's this respectable thing. I think because we're so inundated with just constant grotesque things, it doesn't
Yeah.
have that smash.
Yeah, there's certain things you can't do, and then there's certain things that are, you can show some of the worst, most vile stuff, but uh, there's certain things you obviously can't move into apparently. So
Hmm.
I don't know. It's all very it's very like showy, and it's like, oh, this character's gonna drop the F bomb and they're a badass, they're independent, they kick ass and take names and they say fuck all the time. And what are you gonna do about it? And it's like everybody and their grandma drops the F bomb
Yeah.
nowadays. Who gives a damn?
Rig. It's it's weirder when they don't, when they like replace it
It's
for an
my
with an almost curse word, but it's not a curse word.
I like that. I'm like, oh, this is a breath of fresh air. I don't have to get like salted whenever I'm trying to watch something. It's a whole different ball game. Oh wow, they had some like integrity when they made this.
Hmm.
I don't know.
You
When
ever have a 5-year-old saying fuck and
Yeah,
write it
yeah.
off
Get
as
the
a
kid to
shocking
drop
thing?
it.
Yeah.
Get
right.
the kid to be like edgy. Like I was watching what's it called? Oh man, it was one of those like intentionally like tongue in cheek like corny movies. It was about like a space. I love how this is every topic I bring up. I can't remember the name, so I'm gonna describe it. But it's like a super space monster guy comes down, and these two kids are basically teaching him, trying to get him to be normal, and then he ends up like killing a bunch of people. It's like very tongue in cheek. They mentioned him in Red Letter Media, and I was like, oh, this looks like right up my alley. I'll watch this.
Is it
It
Mac
has
and me?
huh?
Is it
I don't
Mac?
think that was the twist of Mac and Me. No, it's not that. That sounds vaguely familiar. Was it meant for kids or was it like a horror
No,
movie?
it was like meant for like I don't know. It was meant for like millennials probably. It's a very like that kind of Rich Evans has a voice cameo in it. I remember that much. It's like Super Death Man or some goofy shit. It's in
Oh, Psycho Gorman.
That's
Psycho
like
Gorman. There you go. Yeah, I mean the thing about that was I liked it, but then the worst part of that movie is there's a little girl, and the actress, it's a little kid. I'm not mad about that, but they're like, "Yo, drop the F bomb here, say the edgiest shit," and it's like, I mean, like, it's like 12-year-old or whatever. The rest of the movie is pretty fun, but I
Oh,
like
did it?
movies like that. I like the Hobo with a Shotgun. It's probably my second favorite
Oh, I
movie.
love Hobo with a Shotgun.
That's
That
like
that
a
was that was a fun movie for sure.
that was like a thing I watched with my family after my first semester of college. So it's like cemented in my heart as like, oh, it's like a nice moment watching this fucking horrible movie with like
Hobo with a
when they get their foot
Shotgun.
smashed and they use like ground beef to
That
like do an
Yeah.
effect like the foot
yeah, yeah.
exploding.
That's the movie that's ultimately responsible for me getting into filmmaking because Hobo with a
Oh,
Shotgun had a competition where it was like make a fake trailer and we'll put it because that's what Hobo with the Shotgun wound up winning the Grindhouse competition. They had done a
wow.
mock trailer, and that got thrown into Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez's Grindhouse double feature. So then they did that after they had made the movie, and I was like, well, I'll give that a shot.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
whoa.
Now I
I brought it
lost. But fast forward 14 years later, and now I sold a TV show to a streaming service. So there we go.
Oh,
Everything works out in the end.
congratulations, man. I didn't know that.
Thank you, thank you. That's
Holy smokes.
Omega Fish Corp, and Hans is not in it.
No.
Sorry, Hans.
Sorry, Hon.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There was no budget to fly me off.
Very nice.
Maybe season 2. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Damn. So what's that entail, man? How much work do you have to go through?
A lot of work, a hell of a lot of work.
Lot of-
We're still in production on it, and there's just constant hiccups. There's all sorts of problems left and right whenever you're doing something of this enormity. And especially since the good thing about it is it's very hands off. They're like, all right, we'll buy this and we'll give you the money to do it, but you go do everything because they're like
Yeah.
a new production company startup thing. So it's all in our hands. And it's like, all right, well, if it sucks, it's on us. If it's great, well, then we take full credit for it. But it's really a situation like that where it is creatively a do or die project. So that's been fun and interesting and rewarding so far. But that's what just made me. I don't even think of Hobo with a Shotgun that often, but that just jogged my memory because I remember doing a skit with one of my collaborators who Hans here knows, Kenny, and somebody else. And that was like the start of that. That's what nudged everybody off the ledge
Hmm.
there. So that was so long ago now at this rate. God damn. Making me feel old.
Scary to
It's,
think
well,
about that.
well,
Yeah.
Hobo the Struggle was 2007, so it's been at least
What?
what?
No, no, it was not
What? No, I thought it was a.
2007. No, that was like
Mm,
2010 maybe. Nah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
Don't scare me,
Hans,
Hans.
you're
God.
lying
oh,
right
sorry,
now.
2011. You're right.
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really good at years for some reason. Years of media I've followed, but yeah, I guess it's been a pretty good year for creatives, all things considered. Social media is like trash for if you're trying to do something creative, but I don't know. Everyone I've talked to who's like, trying something, whether it's film, whether it's art, it's kind of a good year.
Yeah.
Well, that strike helped, right? For all that trash that they put out not being allowed to be released, and I guess that strike ended, the actor
Well,
strike, and
I think when it comes to
Oh,
a company like Disney, it gave them some time to evaluate why they're hemorrhaging money on every single project, and they're gonna start doing things a little bit different. But I mean, I hate Disney no matter what. I'd be happy to see them completely fail and go into
yeah.
bankruptcy. So I don't know if it's like a good thing in the long run, but I would say, yeah, generally speaking, this year has been. I think there's a lot less social restriction in terms of art now compared to before. It's eased up a little bit. So people have a little bit more freedom to do what they want, to be a little bit more creative. And I think a lot of like the woke shit is starting to exhaust like even liberal lefty types. So we're beginning to come out of that. Maybe it flips the other way next year with like another election coming up. That's a big fear, right? But
forgot about
yeah,
that.
we're a year out from that. There's no way to predict if that's going to be the case. But I don't know. I think it's generally a more tempered environment compared to what we've been dealing with, and that's going to produce better art.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I've been feeling a lot of people I've talked to have been feeling that kind of pendulum swing at this point because, like, I don't know, having to endure the whole. I don't like terms like woke or whatever,
Mm.
cancel, whatever. But having to endure that since like 2014, I'm like starting to hear people getting a little bit, hey, standing up and being like, I'm not a fan of this. You guys are ruining everything over here. So
Well, it's about time. I think we've been waiting for that flip, right?
yeah,
We've been talking
yeah.
about, oh, it's sooner or later it's going to flip, and it's just been every year, just kind of like, all right, it got worse, and then the next year it's like, okay, now it's any time now. So it's about
Mhm.
10 years, 12 years
Yeah.
since all that shit started. So it's time, for that switch and see more creative shit without having to worry about all that
Yeah,
forced
yeah,
inclusivity and whatnot.
yeah. Luke, what are you working on these days? I saw you had started releasing some more illustrations from your comic.
Well, I'm right now I'm juggling like three jobs at once, which is great. I'm stretching myself thin, but I'm getting paid. So that's what
Mm.
matters at this point. One of them's a video game, two of them are web comics. One of them's through like an actual a website. And I'm going through all these people and I've got, it's pretty good, but I was trying to work on my personal work. There's like no time for that.
Mm.
I'll have maybe an hour, 2 hours a day to work on like my comic book, which talking about, if we're going to talk about projects that going nowhere, but I have a compulsion to at least complete it. I got a comic book called Splatterbrain, and it's like well over 200 pages. And they tried. It's just it's kind of dead in the water because, like I was saying earlier, if you try to promote art on any social media site nowadays, it's I don't know what it is. If the algorithm is just hard to catch, I think it's because everything is short form video.
Yeah.
Everything's trying to follow TikTok. So artists are really seeing, and even big artists like people with like 200,000 followers types, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Twitter, they're seeing like no retention on any of their posts. They're seeing nothing because again, it's all about posting short form videos. So I had an idea. I might hire my brother because I don't have the gumption to work on figuring out how to use Sony Vegas to do speed paints. I've figured out how to record little individual artwork and cut it up. But I'm just gonna, ship it to my brother and be like, hey, can you edit this, make it go fast, and put some music to it? And I'm gonna give that a shot, post it on TikTok. But like, I hate TikTok so much. It's just like, and the fact that every single social media site is trying to emulate TikTok,
Yeah.
it's made me like I never log on to social media anymore. Twitter, Instagram. It's just like I'll go on when I'm on the toilet, and that's about it. But that used to be my bread and butter. That used to be where I'd make money, where I'd pull commissions from. And thank God I found good clientele. Like I said, this year's been pretty good to me because I got good clients, and they're making me some good money. So that's essentially everything I'm working on is like NDA stuff. So unfortunately, can't talk about that. Otherwise, my creative stuff is Splatterbrain, which is a very goofy and insane, and it's probably let me just say, if any of the people who attack me on Instagram really wanted to get at me, just read my comic and just make fun of the comic. Why did he do that? One of the things that I was worried about, because when I got on Big Brother, not to bring that up out of the blue, but when I got on that TV show, they give you a background search, and one of the things they pulled up as this might be, bad for PR purposes, was a portion of the comic. And I'm like, I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, it's a little grim, isn't it? All right, maybe. Just the teaser. Comics free to read on Tapas. Anyways.
Hold on. What was the aspect of the comic they were concerned about?
Well, it's a zombie comic, right? It's like generally a zombie comic. It's about a zombie apocalypse type deal. It wasn't that. It wasn't that little fan service bit that you just pulled up.
Yeah, Hans, I like that you pulled up the ass illustration.
I've been meaning to edit that. A little too much, But it's basically, the whole thing is about a lifeguard, a ditzy lifeguard, and a armored super soldier going through this zombie apocalypse type deal. And what the comic is doing is, we're going to show where, like, I have a team working on it. No, it's just me. I'm going to show kind of what the world looks like through the eyes of the ghouls, through the zombies or whatever. That's like a cool little neat aspect. But it's very it's kind of like my full artist brain has taken over. And I think the problem is it's become a total mess. So if you want to see like something that looks like borderline schizophrenic, just read that comic, especially the later portions, because the later portions get really surreal and bizarre. And I've been doing it for like the past 2-3 years at this point, like since 2020. So like I said, it is a total money sink. It is something I get paid maybe like $80 on Patreon a month for. It's got like some dedicated fans who I've gotten like commissions of the characters, which is like very uplifting. But it's like, again, it's nothing to write home about. It's just literally, that's my little treasure there. That's my little something. It did get me that one comic job, so I used it as a portfolio. So
nice. Well, yeah. I mean, I've been a fan of your work for a while now, since before Big Brother, obviously. Luke's got a very cool art style, and I would recommend people check out Splatterbrain. So, is the issue you're running into more of a creative one, or just in terms of like promoting that?
Oh no, it's promotion. I mean, I've never been good at promoting anything, as you can probably tell by that like 16-minute spiel I just went on, where I was basically saying, "Oh, you might not like this. It's weird." Yeah. Because I'm too friggin' honest sometimes. Yeah, it's just the issue is, again, the social media game. I went from posting on Instagram and seeing like I'd have posts breaking 1,000 likes. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, just it's like hard for me to break 100 likes. There's very little, and it's about just like all the algorithm experimentation they're doing. Everything's changing, and again, it's like it's getting worse. Like I don't even go on Instagram anymore because it's none of the people I follow. Like if you want to find the people you follow, you have to go through all these additional steps. Now it's like people in a third world country screaming into the camera. And like, it's just fucking weird, man. It's just whack.
Yeah.
There's like that, and then there's like cute animal videos, and that's the only thing I can like look at. So all my likes on Instagram are like, oh, look at this cute golden retriever in Korea doing something funny, and they put a sound effect on it. And it's like, I don't know. Like I said, I've been on social media since like 2013. I've been trying to catch that dragon, trying to like get attention for my work. And it's just, as an artist, and back in the day, you used to be able to write hashtags in and just like, oh, you gain a huge amount of following.
Doesn't work anymore. Nope.
Yeah, now it doesn't work. Hashtags don't work, but that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out a way to go into short form video, but I don't have the time to learn Sony Vegas to figure out how to edit this crap. So it's all about just, again, at this point, I really don't need too much. Like I said, I'm juggling 3 jobs at the moment, so I'm doing fine by myself. I got some commissions as well. I'm making more money than I've ever made in my life, to be honest. So yeah, so like I'm saying, like, it's not a big deal. I can ride this out until, Instagram explodes and we've got like a whole bunch of additional social medias coming in. Like there's Blue Sky, which is pretty cool. It feels like Twitter from 10 years ago, but it's also very like nobody's there, so it's like,
yeah, I'll see people promoting that link and I'm just like, you really expect people to click on that and follow you?
Oh, I do it. I promote it all the time, but it's just like, I don't know, it's like there's so many, and it's the same thing with everything on online these days. Like YouTube itself is getting agonizing. You know about the ad block issue? Like,
no, what's going on with this?
Well, anytime you log on to YouTube, I use Brave as my browser. Maybe I should use Firefox and keep uBlock installed. But you get this little pop-up where it's just like, we see that you're using an ad blocker. And it's like, yeah, you guys are awful. Like YouTube's just gotten so much worse with everything. And it's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm just saying that the internet itself has gotten kind of rough, especially when you're an artist trying to post. Is my thesis statement on that.
I am very interested to see where it all funnels out to, because Twitter doesn't have the same sticking power as before, which is a good thing.
No.
Really. And I think it's probably better as X. But to what you were saying before, yeah, Instagram is really fallen off to the point where unless you are posting pig videos or it's a rabbit or something that is nuzzling up with a puppy, then you have no real chance of building any sort of following. And if you do use any hashtags, I learned this the hard way, nobody sees my posts except my followers. So if you try and even get hashtags, they'll put you in like a spam filter, and that'll be that. So
I used to do the huge copy and paste, the massive block of hashtags at the end of the additional comment you make. It used to work. It was great.
Back in 2012, I would do that hashtag L4L, like for like, follow for follow, and then I would never return the follow or like.
Old school.
Real old school.
When it comes to the third world, let me tell you, the experience is the same, but the only difference is that people pay for their personal pages to be sponsored. So a lot of the time it's just like a chubby 40-year-old woman from Costa Rica just paid to have their page be promoted, and it's just scrolling. It's just like, oh, I guess I'm just looking at these old ladies' selfies. That's okay. That's a sponsor post.
That's your social media handler. She's posting selfies of herself.
Yeah, it's just that. It's what's the promotion here? Oh, just me and my child. And it's just some lady trying to find a father for her kid.
I'm kind of thankful for it, because I'm really just reducing my use of social media. I feel like it's good for my brain at this point. I feel like it's really making me, okay, now I have more time for other things. The social media addiction is just completely dying out. But at the same time, like, I have trouble working on my computer without something else on my second monitor, like noise, any kind of noise just distracting me. So that's why the YouTube ad thing was pissing me off, because even though I've got like ad block installed on my browser already, I have to like refresh it. I have to like, I don't know, friggin' restart the browser, because YouTube's there's like a tug of war going on between YouTube and like ad block, providers, where YouTube is making their anti-ad block thing stronger, and then the ad blockers are like, okay, we'll make our ad block stronger. So it's like this, you kind of seeing this battle basically going on, and it's kind of interesting to see. But I don't know, it's just it's I don't know.
You also don't want to pay for the premium too, because when I watch videos on YouTube on my phone, it's like, I'm not gonna pay $5 a month and I'll get this ads.
No, the big thing, the real benefit of the premium YouTube once upon a time was, oh, they'll let you listen to the audio of the video and not have your phone up. But now, like, you can trick that if you have a new enough iPhone and you have like the little button on your headphones. You just click that and it does it. So
dude, I'm such a stubborn bastard. I hate the idea idea of paying for something that used to be
Yeah.
free. So like, you know, I was dating this girl and she was like, "Oh my God, you're using YouTube for your music? Like, oh my God, like how old? You're like a grandpa." I'm like, "This is why I can do it. Like it's free. I don't have to pay $12.99 a month for like what is it? What's
Spotify.
the what is this? What is the
Spotify.
Spotify? Yeah, which Spotify might be good, but I also liked the algorithm that they had in place in back like a couple years ago. Like YouTube had this algorithm where it would recommend like music that you wanted that was good to your taste. And I'm like, what
Similar,
the
yeah.
heck happened to that? Anytime there's something good like that, they get rid of it. And I'm like, so I don't know.
What's great about Spotify is they'll do the same thing, and that's always when I learned that my Spotify account has been hacked. Is when they start recommending Lil Durk to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, Lil Durk. I've never listened to Lil Durk before. I haven't
Who the
listened to
hell
anything
is
like
Lil
that.
Durk?
Just some new rap guy, I guess. I don't know. And I was like, oh wait, I have a login from fucking Detroit. Nah, that's not me. That's not even close to me. And then I got to change everything all over again.
How are you
So
getting hacked? What's going on
I don't know,
there?
and I don't know why people would hack Spotify either. I mean, but they do. They do. You
Another
would
reason
think
for you not
like
to use it.
my music would intrude upon their music, and they would find something to be bothersome with that, but they don't. No, they just think, hey, it's free. I'll listen to Lil Durk without a commercial in between songs. So
I can't believe the guy named himself Lil Durk. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's like
yeah,
sounds like a slur. Like, that's ridiculous.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, maybe the answer is going to be in like reverting back to the old ways. That was something that people had hypothesized around the time like things were really tense on social media. It's like, well, maybe people will start making their own websites and putting their videos out on their websites instead of YouTube. And then that didn't really happen. That did not happen. I think there's the platforms like Gumroad and whatnot started gaining traction, and maybe Patreon could be considered in that grouping. But for the most part, it doesn't seem like anyone is really comfortable just yet in not leeching themselves to these social media platforms. And once that does stop, that's when I think things are going to get really interesting again.
I'm just wondering because maybe I'm a little cynical regarding the modern internet, but you know, now like back in the day, such an old ass man. The internet was broken up. You know, there were all most of the internet was like a multitude of websites, and now it's like three. Now the majority of I don't know what the terminology is, but the majority of attention online, it's like YouTube and like Twitter. They're these monoliths, and you just can't take them down, which is probably why they don't have any competition, even though they actively make decisions that hurt their platform, hurt their user base over and over. I can't like over the last like decade, it's just so funny to see YouTube make a decision that everybody hates, and then everybody just deals with it, and then it gets worse, and it's just like now they're pulling up. Now they're like ad block goes against our terms of service, and it's like
Well, people just refuse to change, I think. It's just the fear of like the comfort of I've been going to this app for 10 years. It's shit, but I got my YouTube account because there has been a lot of competitors. They just never reach
Well,
those
and also like
levels.
the user face of those competitors always suck. Like if you go on
Yeah.
Rumble or if you go on what's the other one?
Odyssey.
Whatever. Yeah, Odyssey. Odyssey was a
Odyssey.
big one. There was I was like almost decent. Had a decent following on Odyssey before it went under. Unfortunately, it did go under. So now it's just Rumble
What
and it's
happened?
some other
Why did it go
thing.
under? Was it like some mismanagement or something? Like did the owner do something stupid?
I think they were a lot smaller than the other uploading platforms, and I think they mismanaged the money, and it just
Ah,
didn't work out because it wound up crapping out like this same year. I feel like they came up in March and then they were done by December.
hmm.
So that sucked because they had like a pretty decent user face for their website, and everyone else is it's really bleak. It sucks. It's like, all right, well, what am I even like visiting these other platforms for? Is it Dan Bongino videos? Am I gonna sit down and watch that? Am I gonna go watch a Russell Brand fucking video? No, I'm probably
Well,
not. I do think whatever winds up killing, and I think this year especially we can see very clearly there is a decline happening with the platforms and people aren't using them as much as they used to. Once we usher out of that, then it gets interesting again, and then it's probably very chaotic, but maybe in a fun way.
I'm just hoping people. What I've been doing is I've been going outside. oh wow, look, this was beautiful out here. You know, I'm like learning to surf and stuff. I'm like, no, maybe I don't need to play the social media game anymore. It's just I don't know. It's just the appeal is donezo. But anyways, enough on that subject. Enough talking about that doom and gloom.
Well, I did want to ask, since you brought up Big Brother, did you tune into the finale at all last night?
No,
No?
no.
You know who won? I think,
Yeah,
who was it? It was Corey who won. Corey beat Sari.
no way. No way. Did he really?
No, he didn't.
you busted my balls.
No, it was kind of a finale. Jag is the winner, and
Jag took it? Okay.
yeah, he's the first winner to be evicted and win. So
okay.
there's a little asterisk next to his victory.
That's interesting, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally I mean I fell off because I was just like, you know, well,
I'm not there, so why would you? Yeah, why tune in at that point?
Yeah, well, hey, I'm not. I will say. I mean, not to sound like a narcissistic prick, but I did find it very entertaining every time somebody sent me a live stream feed of me just being an idiot in there, and it was very entertaining, to be honest. But I mean, I was watching some of the live feeds after, and it's just like, once you like remove someone the way I got removed, I can't imagine people being, you know, the same. I feel like that's going to cause a ripple effect, and people are going to kind of be walking on eggshells the rest of the time in the house, which is part of the reason I was just like, and they took out my favorite people in that house immediately after I was gone. That part upset me. I loved Hassam. I thought Riley was really interesting too. And Red, the one dude who actively still talks to me, the one guy, and the level of integrity that takes. You know, he told me to my face, he's like, I think what you did was wrong. I think what you said was wrong. They should have put you on the block, but I don't think sending you home was right. And I was like, well, Red, put me on the block. I don't think so. They should have just ignored it the way they ignored it with Jared, you know?
Yeah.
Like, give me a break, for God's sake. And, you know, my Instagram comments are just like, HR isn't responsible. We are. We're from Twitter, and we got you. And it's like, no, you guys are impotent. Okay, Twitter has no sway whatsoever. They literally, because they've tasted the blood in the water. There's a picture of Jared and Corey when he did the cross-dressing thing, when he was rocking Blue's like Spice Girl pink outfit. There's like a picture of it, and Jared's just looking over at him like that. And Twitter was like in an uproar, like, I mean, big like attention on this. They're like, get him out of there, for looking at him the wrong way. And that's I do miss Jared. He blocked me, but
did he?
He blocked me. Yeah. He straight up. I did go in his comments after he got kicked out of the house, and I did mention how he was wiping down the couch with Kleenex after his little romp with Blue. Maybe that was blocked. Should have been a little more like, I don't know, you know.
Did he know it was your account? He might. I mean, he was getting a lot of heat when he came out of the house for misogyny and all this bullshit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It could have been an auto block or something. I don't know.
Well, one of the comments I read before I got blocked was, it's crazy that Luke gets less hate than you. And I'm like, I think I probably just deal with it better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I find it so unappealing to get a bunch of different diverse people, but you want everyone to say the same things and act the same way, or stay within a line. What is the point of watching? How many seasons is this? I mean, weeks is this thing? Like fucking 40 episodes of this?
Days.
And what? Just people acting and talking the same. I don't like when Laura told me that you got evicted for that. I looked for a clip and I was like, I say that all the time. It's whatever. Like, why would you kick someone? It brings. I thought like it's more interesting when you have people that are able to express themselves differently than what you expect, I guess. And I saw the comments that we got in our channel when they.
Oh yeah, so when you and me and Mumkey did that episode, Mumkey got all of his base, and I got all the Big Brother fans in my comments.
Wow,
so
really? Let me hear what happened.
So I got a lot of comments that they seemed like they were from older people for the most part, and they were like, "This is so irresponsible. This is so disappointing."
Yeah, take accountability.
there were
it's
a
like,
couple of articles that came out. They were like the Low Res Wonder Bread podcast, and
Oh,
the
wow.
co-host
Hey,
even
congrats, man.
says yeah. So like there was a little bit of smoke. It was nothing like at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah.
So, but it was very amusing. I thought it was interesting that like Mumkey did the simul upload the same day as me, and he also did a little doc on you
Yeah,
and also
yeah.
showing like the decline of
I
Big
saw it.
Brother.
It was great. I
Yeah.
loved it. Oh, thank you, man.
And it was interesting that our audiences for the same video were so far apart in what that was.
Mm.
It was amusing though. It was very
Dude,
interesting.
dude, that's the thing. All the people who despise me, on Instagram, who I found, it's all uh, gay black teenagers
Yep.
and like menopausal white women,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like take accountability or spurting out, and it's just like what am I supposed to? And this, it's like 15 people. It's not even a big deal. Like it's like they're telling me I'm irrelevant. Meanwhile, they're still like screeching. It's like I agree, I am irrelevant. They erased my ass completely. I heard that they just completely nixed any mention of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, right.
Yeah, they took you out of the credits, and you were not eligible for the vote, unfortunately.
I know
So.
you showed me that. I can't believe I'm pissed about that. I'm a little.
Well, that's because
I mean,
there
I
would be
wouldn't
an
have won,
army
though.
of people that'd be like, it'd be really funny
It
is
would
if we
be
got Luke.
genuinely
Yeah.
so fucking funny. That's the only reason. Well, the money would be nice too,
Mm.
but that's a big reason that I'm just like, but I am at the point where I'm like, it'd be extremely hilarious is if they had them all wear the same outfits they wore on opening day and reshot the like Julie Chen saying, hey, house guests, enter the house. And they reshot it without me. I thought that would be like for future broadcasting or whatever.
You'll get digitally removed.
Dude, or they put a big censor bar over me the way they did Muhammad in South Park in that one episode. That would be so funny.
But
Oh,
I think
man.
that's one of the reasons why that show is dying, right? The audience is not the same as it was how long ago, because there was always a little bit of like, okay,
Oh,
something wild is
that's
gonna happen, someone wild is gonna be here, and that's why I'm gonna tune in. And now it's so sanitized. It's just like, why the fuck would I watch a bunch of boring people that are not gonna say
There's a
anything
season of Big
controversial?
Brother where a guy burnt a woman with a lit cigarette, and then he won the show. So
whoa.
that's
Nice.
the fall that
What
has
did he
occurred.
do?
But I will say, because Luke, you had said when we talked to you the
Cigarette
first
program?
time, the production members seemed like distraught about what they had to do, and then I was like, so what happened here? Because clearly, like maybe they're not on the same page. All the mandates and these new rules with the reality shows come from the very top. The new guy who
Uh-huh.
runs CBS is this dude named George Cheeks,
Huh.
and
I wonder
all
if
of
I
the
encountered him at any time on a Zoom call.
So when they tried to put me on 2 seasons of Survivor about 10 years ago, and I believe I had to meet Les Moonves for that, where it was like a big room. Maybe you had like a similar experience, obviously, but it was a big room of people, and it was Jeff Probst, and it was like 4 or 5 executives, and then a lot of random executives at CBS. And George Cheeks is the new guy in charge, and his first rule was all these CBS shows, I want the cast and the crew to be 50% POC, and we're going to have new
Yeah.
rules about, the language. So that became a new thing because of him, and they're all beholden to that. And I think they're all like, fuck, we're stuck for right now unless there's new management. And the last time there was new management, it took like 25 years.
I
So
thought that was like I thought there was like literally a law in place where television had to have that 50-50 thing. I could have sworn I
No.
read that.
No, this
Really?
is
So
completely
they'll come
optional.
from-
I mean, if you take a look at NBC or any of their reality shows, or just any network really, they don't abide by that. CBS was the only one.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, my qualm is just the language thing. The honestly, I viewed it as an HR decision for the most part because, like I said, I got reported, and yeah, it was just I didn't meet with anyone per se. It was all Zoom meetings,
Mm-hmm.
which actually reminds me of something that really got under my skin. The reason I kind of have a chip on my shoulder with HR. I don't think I explained this a while ago because I was still kind of digesting it. But when they kicked my ass out of there, right? And I was just like distraught. I was like
Mhm.
wrecked over this, you know, because it was like, you've got all these plans for like the next God knows however long you're going to be in the studio. You're like, you know, I was like, my enthusiasm was like through the roof. I slept like a baby that night. I felt like $1,000,000. I was brushing my teeth. They called me into the DR, and I remember they hit me with it, and it was just like, yo, like an hour and a half of sobbing. I was just like busted up. I was like crying like a baby. I can name on one hand how many times I've broken down in front of somebody, you know, like cried, shit, like just devastated. And that was like number 4 or 3 probably. But like after that was all said and done, right? I'm wrecked. I'm devastated. You know, I'm sitting in this casting room with like an old dirty couch. It's stuffy in there. I literally had to ask him. I was like, "Can you take me outside? Like it's been like 5 hours. Can I just go outside and like get some fresh air because I'm fucking dying in here?" And yeah, they let me go for a little walk, monitoring me. But when I went back in that room, they brought a laptop in, right? And this laptop, they told me, you're going to be talking to the HR department. They're going to explain what you need to go through, you know, what you're going to do, how you're going to go about life after this, how you're going to, you know, be taken care of per se, you know, if you need therapy, what have you. I go, okay.
Lashes you're gonna be getting.
Yeah, how many lashes? Well, psychological, but no, they bring this. So the person brings this laptop in, right? And it was such a weird move, such a weird decision that it didn't register immediately. It registered after. They sit the laptop down in front of me, and it's all Zoom calls. It's like a couple dozen Zoom calls, you know, squares with people staring at me. And I'm looking at it, and like I said, didn't immediately register. Every one of those people, they must have called every black person in the studio and put them all, and they say, we need you to stare and look austere. Every person was like this, except for a few. And I'm like, all right, guys, because I'm used to black people. Like, they don't scare me. I go to the cookout every friggin' year. They don't bother me now. Okay, I got more black family members who talk to me than white family members, to be perfectly honest. So I'm unbothered. And I'm just like, what are we talking about, guys? What's up? And they're just like this. For like 8 to 12 seconds. I remember there was an Asian guy in like the top right corner, just like this. And a white woman with like a vacant smile, just like in the top, right? And I'm just like staring like, can they hear me? I'm like asking the woman who brought the laptop, do they hear me? And then she goes, oh, and she grabs the laptop and leaves the room for an hour. I fall back asleep on the couch in my Crocs. And she knocks on the door. She wakes me back up, puts the laptop down in front of me, same laptop. And it's 3 Zoom calls. It's 2 black folks and the white woman who was smiling vacantly before. And I'm like, what was that all about? And they ignored that. They ignored that question. And then they just, you know, gave me the rundown, and they acted like it didn't happen. And, you know, on the flight home, I was like, what the fuck was that about? And then I got to thinking, I was like, that was an intimidation tactic.
Yeah,
like they were trying to intimidate me. I was sobbing for an hour and a fucking half, you know, all this work that I put into getting on the show and, you know, going about it and like all the stressors. And then they tried to pull that. That was like disrespectful. That was upsetting. And that was like a major league, because I was treated wonderfully by everyone. Otherwise, you know, the production were super cool. I'm sure they all hate me now, but I still like them. I was grateful for getting on the show, you know, still am. It was a wonderful experience. But the fact that HR tried to pull that little psychological, like, you know, act of terror was just bizarre.
Yeah, it's very unusual. It sounds very cucked. It's just, hey, look at these people on this laptop here. I mean, back in the 70s.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean,
you know, I don't know.
I think it would have just been like, hey, what up, N-words? That's how you open that.
If they put me in a room with like, you know, with a massive table, they just drop me, like trap door, drop me in a room, and they're just all like this. Maybe that would be a little, I'd probably still be oblivious to it. But, you know, thinking about it, it was just like, did they do that to Kyle the previous year? Because that makes me upset too, because Kyle's my doppelganger, right? Everyone's saying, oh, it's Kyle again. And then sure enough, the curse of Kyle afflicted me.
He walked so you could run.
Yeah, right. I'm flying, baby. He straight up, like, he needed, like, him and his mother, because of the hate afterwards, had to get like therapy, you know, and they provided the therapy. But I'm thinking to myself, you're going to provide therapy, but you're going to pull a move like that. That's bizarre. So that was just too disrespectful for me to forget. You know, and it's just like exactly as I described it. I'm like telling you, like, they just put it down, and I would not be suspicious if they had actually said something.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk. And there's just 20 people staring, like 20 plus people staring at me, but they were just like this. And I was like, "What's up? What are we talking about?" And they just didn't say anything.
You know what it probably is?
So
Those
funny.
people probably don't have jobs or work otherwise, except for occasions like this, where they're like, "Well, we have to hire X amount of black people. We'll just have them in case this happens," and it just so happened to happen here.
I don't know if they have specialized like intimidators. I think they honestly just pulled everyone they could who happened to be black in.
Yeah, a couple of janitors in there, just a couple of
Hey, get the janitor. I don't fucking know. It was, like, it was bizarre. It was
Hey,
just
just
a real move.
get on your phone, stare at this guy for 30 seconds, don't say anything. You can go back to cleaning toilets in 30 seconds.
That is bizarre. That is almost terrifying to imagine. Dark room, old couch, Zoom faces, unbelievable.
I mean, that's the thing. Like this is the thing. Like half the black folks after the show, after all this, you know, half the people who are like commenting, there's like half of them of the black demographic who are like talking to me. They love me still, and the other half are like, "Fuck you," you know. And it's just like, what do you want? I don't know. What do you want? I don't care.
Oh, that's the internet, I guess, right? It's
all nonsense. Like, I don't care. Listen, I love everybody until you give me a reason not to, and it's just like, that's all it is. I don't care. I don't give a damn. But I don't know. It's just so goofy. I just had to tell that because that, you know, having realized that after the fact, it was just like such a bizarre move. Like, it feels gross thinking about it.
Well, I think it's onward and upward from here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're in an elite class. You know who else was expelled from Big Brother once upon a time?
The guy who put the knife to the girl's throat.
Well, yeah, no, that's not who I was thinking of. But yes, he did do that. I believe he cleaned himself up afterward. That's not who I was referring to. Yeah, there was actually a Christmas photo of him with like his family now that came out, and people were like, "Whoa, that's the same guy." But no, that's not who I was thinking of. I was thinking of one of the most famous men on the internet right now, Andrew Tate.
Oh, really?
Yes, they kicked him off on UK Big Brother. He got expelled, I think, within like the same amount of time as you for similar things.
I hate Andrew Tate so much. I hate the way he talks. I hate the way he looks. Everything about him is unappealing to me. Anyways, yeah. Didn't he get in trouble for trafficking, like human trafficking?
It was something like that. I don't know. You know, you can't trust the Russian government. That's what I always say.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, but yes, yeah. I mean, the heights. You know, the sky's the limit. Really, that's what we're.
I mean, if you live through this, I'm not saying it's a big deal. Like, listen, Big Brother. You know, not to toot my own horn. It's hardly the most interesting thing that's happened to me in my life. It's the most interesting thing that's happened with 99 cameras on me. I'll say that much. But like, you know. And there's been a few people who've actually recognized me only recently, which is so effing funny because I have to play it. I'm like in a different town. Like I don't live where I lived when I got on the show, obviously. So I'm like, I can't be letting people know, you know, not to toot my own horn again, but I went into a bar, like a hair cutter just randomly. I don't have the like goofy haircut I had in friggin' the BB house. You know, I looked identical to how I looked on the show. This is like on Halloween day. I walk in. I'm like, all right. I had to sign in because this is one of those haircut joints where you have to like give you all your information. So I literally lied. I watched Cool Hand Luke the other night because my name's in it, and I love that movie for that reason. So I just put Lucas Jackson as my like fake name. That's my new name now. They took me in the back, and the lady's like, all right, what do you want done? And before she can start, you know, and I'm trapped there, right? I'm in the seat. I got the bib around me, the haircut bib, whatever you call it. I'm just like, you just blend it on the sides. And then all of a sudden I hear from behind me. And the place is empty except for two ladies cutting hair and the guy whose hair the other lady's cutting. She goes, were you on TV? And I go, shit. I go, huh? Like, And she goes, "Were you on Big Brother?" I go, no. Like, what's that? And she literally walks and the guy is like, yeah, you look like the guy from Big Brother. I go, huh? And I'm just playing like an idiot. I'm bad at lying. And she literally takes the phone and like puts it in my face, and it's me in the DR room with the Hawaiian this Hawaiian shirt on, and it's just me, and I'm like, I can't help but smile because it's like, and I got the same specs on, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, huh, that's weird. He looks like me. It's like, must be like and the friggin' haircutter lady's like, yeah, you got the dimples and everything. I'm like, must be a doppelganger. Like, literally lying through my teeth. And it's just like we're like a friggin' Mexican standoff. I'm just like, it's not me. And they're like, it looks like you. I'm like, crazy, huh? Crazy world we live in. And then luckily the lady just continued to cut my hair, and I just walked out of there, and they all said goodbye to me very like cheerfully. I'm like, bye.
I thought you were going to say she put a laptop in front of you with 30 black faces on it.
Yeah.
She called her entire family to come to the barber shop so they could just stare at you. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
man.
shit, I gotta get out of here. But I'm just like, I don't know. Like, it's only people like over the age of like 35, people with kids, so it's like they're the only ones who recognize me. I got recognized at another place that I have to frequent more often, and the guy's like, he's from Florida. I'm like, it's a big state, It's like just trying so freaking hard, but again, it's like nobody else, because like, again, I'm erased, so not a big deal.
For now, I think if you applied for some other reality show, the corner is being turned on whether or not, you can feature these types of people or whatever. Again, like I really think there's a new era of reality TV approaching because of this House of Villains show. I don't know if you're aware of that program at all. They took like the most insufferable people from 10 different reality shows and threw them in a house. And but no, like you have Omarosa from the Trump White House. You've got Johnny Fairplay from Survivor, who lied about his grandma dying. So it's all these controversial people, and they realize they realize this is way better television, and like the E Network's ratings have skyrocketed from this. I mean, it should go back to how it was once before, because all this very lame cookie cutter shit.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with fucking sociopaths and psychos, though. Like, for God's sake, I'm not that bad. Jesus Christmas Almighty. I mean, listen, I don't expect any. I would do it again. I would do a reality TV show again. I think it'd be fun. It was fun going through what I went through, but I think you were great TV for the short time that you were on Big Brother. I mean, I think it would be a wasted opportunity if you got presented something and didn't take it. I think there's room to be explored. If someone presented me something, I'd probably, I got work to do, but I'd still give it a shot. Like I said, it was fun. It was a good experience. Like, I don't regret it at all. But yeah. Could have gone better.
We'll see what the future holds. All right, we're 30 minutes late for our show with Mumkey now because we were just enjoying
my haircut story. I know it was very.
We needed that. My day wouldn't have been complete without that.
I have like 5 things to say about that movie anyway, so it's fine.
No, it's honestly it's gonna be rough going trying to subvert away from the fucking Mario movie on this next show we're doing. Just like, oh man. All right, Luke, it's been a joy talking with you yet again.
Too,
let's do this again. I want to get you on my proper movie podcast with Hans, where we can talk about a film of some kind as the theme.
The Langoliers or the Odyssey.
Yeah.
I'm down for watching either of those.
We could do that. All right, man. Well, it was great chatting with you, and good luck with the numerous NDA projects.
Yeah.